Hey there, tribe. Welcome back to the mat, and welcome to your manipura chakra, third chakra practice. So today we're activating the solar plexus chakra, located right at the center of the belly, so a couple inches above the navel and below the sternum, right at the center of the belly. And the manipura chakra is our seat of personal power. It's from this place that we garner our self-confidence, our sense of willpower. And the element for this chakra is fire. So this is also our seat of transformation. The same way that fire has the power to transform, the manipura chakra has the power to help you transform as well. If you have no idea what chakras are and you'd like to learn more, there is a blog post linked in the description below where you can read a little bit more about what the chakras are and a brief overview of all 7 chakras. And if you'd like to learn more about the manipura chakra in specific, there's also a link in the description below that goes into more depth about this chakra. For today's practice, you will want to have a strap handy, as well as one yoga block. So go ahead and grab your props. If you don't have a yoga strap, you could also use a scarf or like a necktie. Will work really well for what we're doing today with it. Other than that, all you'll need is your yoga mat. If you haven't joined us in the online tribe yet, please come do so. That link is also in the description below. Come on in and share your practice with us. And make sure that you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you like free yoga. Alrighty, that's about it. Go ahead and unroll your mat and let's get started. Alrighty, we're going to start right here in a tall seat. So make sure you're sitting up really nice and tall, long spine, the crown of the head reaching up towards the sky. And then go ahead and place one hand over center of the belly and then the other hand on top of that. Bringing the awareness here to the manipura chakra, your seat of transformation and personal power. You can begin to envision a flame flickering right here at the center of the belly. This is your inner fire. That inner fire that keeps you going and keeps you challenging yourself and keeps you always transforming. And the bija mantra, the seed mantra for the manipura chakra, is Ram, R-A-M. Chant it 3 times. You can join me for 1, 2, or all 3 rounds, or you can simply listen. So with the awareness right here at the solar plexus, Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. Gently opening the eyes. And we're going to come onto our backs. So coming onto your back, make sure that you have your block and your strap close by so that you can easily reach them. Coming to lie back, bringing the soles of the feet flat on the mat. And go ahead and take hold of your strap, and you're gonna open it up nice and long. Press into the feet, lift the hips up just enough to bring the strap underneath the lower back. Bring the hips back down onto the earth. Now, the strap should be underneath the low back, so underneath the natural curve of the lower spine. And with the strap there, with the body relaxed, you should be able to easily floss the strap back and forth underneath your low back. I've done this in a couple classes before, so maybe you've seen this before and you know where we're going. So the strap flosses easily back and forth. Now what we're going to do is begin to pull the pubic bone up towards the navel so that the belly presses down. So the navel presses back towards the spine, and the lower back firmly takes hold of the strap underneath you. So now you should no longer be able to pull the strap back and forth, now that the belly is active and awake here. Go ahead and release that inhale. Exhale, press the navel down towards the back. Strap is nice and tight. Inhale, release. Exhale, press back. Hold it tight. Inhale, release. Now go ahead and take your block and bring it in between the thighs. And once again, press the navel back towards the spine, press the lower back into the strap. And notice if this happens for you, it happens for me, but as I do that, I notice that my inner thighs turn on and they start to squeeze in towards the block. You want all of that active. So navel presses back, legs squeeze in towards the block, the strap is held nice and tight underneath you. Keeping all of this active, lift the head and shoulders off the mat, reach the arms forward. And then from here, lift the feet off the mat, find 90-degree angles in the legs. And breathe. Continue to press in towards the block, lower back pressing into the strap. One more breath. And release. You can release the block down next to you. Take a few breaths here. Starting to turn on that inner fire. Now we're going to come back into that. So bring the block between the thighs. Press the navel towards the spine, spine down into the strap, squeezing in towards the block. Lifting head and shoulders. This time, lift the arms up by the ears, and now lift the feet up off the mat. And breathe. One more breath. And release. Moving the block. Taking a few breaths here. Now from here, press the navel back towards the spine. We're not going to use the block between the legs this time, but allow the inner thighs to activate and turn on as though the block is there. We're going to lift head and shoulders off the mat, this time reaching the arms up towards the sky. And then lift the legs up towards the sky. And then from here, you're going to lower the right leg, hover it over the earth as you reach the right hand towards the left foot. The left hand reaches forward. And then come through center and switch. And switch. Switch. Continue like this. One more each side. And release. Hug the knees into the chest. All right, we've got one more. So once again, set yourself up, turn on the belly, pressing the navel towards the spine. And then we're going to lift head and shoulders, bringing the hands straight up towards the sky. And we're going to bring the knees to the outsides of the triceps. So the big toes will touch and the knees come to tap the triceps as the arms reach up. So the hips are lifting off the mat and the head and shoulders are lifting off the mat. And here you are in your crow pose on your back. One more breath. And release, hug the knees. Whew. Alrighty, the belly should be turned on. Inner flame has been ignited. Alrighty, you can go ahead and move the strap out from underneath you. Set the strap off to the side. We won't be needing it. And then we'll take a few rolls up to Savasana boat pose. So we're going to take 5 total. So you're going to inhale to roll back. Exhale, roll up. Keep the feet lifted off the mat. So you can hold on to the backs of the thighs throughout here. Inhale back. Exhale, lift. Maybe you release the legs. Inhale. Exhale up. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale, Savasana, and stay. And release. Go ahead and make your way tabletop position. Hands and knees. Shoulders right above the wrists and hips right above the knees. Moving through your cat-cow. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze and the tailbone. And exhale, round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round. One more, inhale. And exhale. Find a neutral spine, and from here, begin to take big circles with the hips. Bringing them around to the right, and then back to the left and forward. Making these as big or as small as you like. One more in this direction. And then switching directions, taking them to the other side. And then from here, make your way into downward facing dog. On an inhale, come forward, plank pose. Hands and feet should be in position for plank from your downward facing dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, back. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. 1 more. And exhale, back. Now from here, inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Exhale, tap right knee to the right tricep, shift the weight forward. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower right foot to the earth. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to the tricep. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale. Exhale, knee to the tricep. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release left foot to the earth. And begin to walk feet up to the hands. Hip width distance between the feet, a bend in the knees, let the torso and head hang heavy. On an inhale, lift halfway, reaching crown of the head forward. Exhale, bring hands onto hips. Bend in the knees, come up to stand with a flat back. Find your Tadasana mountain pose at the top of the mat. Big toes touching, slight gap in between the heels. Moving through a few rounds of Surya Namaskar A. Inhaling, lifting the arms up high. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the gaze and lengthen. Exhale, step back, plank pose. Take an inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees, and then the torso to the earth. Inhale, cobra pose, open the chest. And exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between the hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen spine. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, fold right back down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step, plank pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, either lower the knees or keep knees lifted, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or hop back if you like into chaturanga. Inhaling to open chest. And exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale, look between hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment, stand up nice and tall. Releasing arms by sides of the body. Moving into Surya Namaskar B. Bending the knees deeply, lifting the arms. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold over legs. Inhale, lengthen spine, lifting gaze. Exhale, step or hop, make your way back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right away, right foot steps between the hands. Left heel down, warrior one. Inhale, lifts the torso. And the exhale brings you right back down, stepping right foot back, taking your vinyasa. Inhale, open chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot between the hands. Right heel down. Inhale, lift the arms. Warrior one. Exhale, brings you down, stepping left foot back. Vinyasa to downward facing dog. Inhale, look between hands. Exhale, step or hop, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, bend the knees, lift the arms. Exhale, stand. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen spine. Exhale, step or hop, make your way back. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to add on a little bit. So right foot comes between the hands, set it up, warrior one, lifting the arms high. And we're going to stay here in this warrior one a few breaths. So pull the pubic bone up towards the navel, keep the belly firming up and in. Reaching through outer edge of the left foot, keeping the bend in the right knee. From here, bring the hands back behind you, clasp the hands. Take an inhale to open the chest up towards the sky. And as you exhale, fold the torso down. You have two options. Either bring the torso on top of the right thigh, or bring the torso to the inside of the right thigh, dropping the crown of the head towards the earth. Either way, notice that the right hip wants to pop out to the right. Pull the right hip back in space, trying to square your hips towards the front of your mat. And from here, we're going to lift up and open into warrior two. So lift the arms up, releasing hands. Open the arms and hips into warrior two. So now you've got heel of the front foot intersecting arch of the back foot. Now on your inhale, you're going to lean back, peaceful warrior. That left hand is not going to come to the left leg, it's going to cross in front of the body. So you've got to use your obliques here. On your exhale, you're going to come forward, side angle pose. So instead of bringing right forearm to thigh, the right arm will cross in front of the body as the left arm comes over the left ear. So inhale, up and back, left arm in front of the body. Exhale, forward, right arm in front of the body. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, forward. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Gotta use the belly. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Come back up, warrior two. Take an inhale here. And exhale, cartwheel, hands to the earth. Step right foot back. Take a vinyasa here, or head straight to downward facing dog. Left foot between the hands, please, warrior one. So for warrior one, you want the hips square to the front of the mat. There is space in between the feet. So you're on railroad tracks, not a tightrope. Pubic bone pulls up to the navel, firm up the belly, press through outer edge of the right foot, arms lift high. Releasing the hands, bring them behind you, clasp them. Inhale, open chest to the sky. Exhale, fold, humble warrior. Either the torso comes onto the thigh as you drop crown of the head, or you bring torso to the inside of the left thigh. Notice the left hip popping out to the left. Pull it back in space as you fold. Lift the torso, lift the arms up, open arms and hips, warrior two. So readjust the feet for your warrior two stance. Inhale, lean back, right arm crossing in front of the body. Exhale, bring it forward, left arm in front of the body. Four more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, keep the bend in the left knee. Exhale. Two more, stay with me. One more. Lift up warrior two, take an inhale here. Exhale, cartwheel, hands to the earth, step left foot back, vinyasa, or downward facing dog. From here, step right foot in between the hands. Staying on the ball of the back foot, we're coming into a high lunge. So lifting the torso, getting strong in the legs. And you want to pull the pubic bone up towards the navel, and at the same time, press the left hamstring up towards the sky. So you have these two sort of opposing movements that are happening. Try to find the balance in between the two, reaching the arms strongly towards the sky. Go ahead and bring the hands into heart center. Take an inhale here. Exhale, twist to the right and hook the left elbow outside the right thigh, pressing the palms into each other as you twist towards the right leg. Left hamstring continues to press up towards the sky. Go ahead and release to center, bringing the hands onto the earth. Step the left foot up towards the right foot a little bit, so shorten your stance. So you've got both heels on the earth now, and both sets of toes are pointing pretty much forward. So the left toes are pointing slightly towards the left, but mostly forward. You want really squared hips here. We're coming into pyramid pose. So take an inhale to lengthen the spine long, pull the right leg up into the hip socket, and as you exhale, lower the torso a little or a lot over the right leg. Keep really active quadriceps, so pull the kneecaps up towards the hip points. Pressing down into the big toe mound of the right foot. Take an inhale to lift the gaze, lengthen the spine long. We're coming into a revolved triangle. So the left hand is going to go either just to the inside of the right foot or just to the outside of the right foot for a bigger twist. Personally, I actually like to bring my hand right onto the foot. I find that it helps me to ground down into the foot and find a bit more stability. Bring the right hand onto the sacrum. Take an inhale to lengthen crown of the head forward. As you exhale, twist the torso towards the right. So trying to keep the sacrum even. And then lifting the right arm up towards the sky, coming into your revolved triangle. Maybe bringing the gaze up towards the right fingertips. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower the right hand down. Step the left foot back to widen your stance. Plant the palms, step the right foot back. Take a vinyasa here. And then from here, left foot in between the hands, high lunge on the left side. Set yourself up, lifting the torso. Strong in the legs, finding the balance between the pubic bone to navel and the right hamstring pressing up towards the sky. Arms are strong by the sides of the ears. Bring palms to touch at heart center. Take an inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right and hook the right elbow outside the left knee, the left thigh, pressing the palms into each other as you twist, continuing to press the right hamstring up towards the sky. Go ahead and release, bringing hands to the earth. Step the right foot up to shorten your stance. We're coming into pyramid pose. So the feet are going to be about 3 feet apart, depending on the length of your legs. Take an inhale to lengthen the crown of the head forward. Pull the left leg up into the hip socket, and then lower the torso a little or a lot over the left leg. Again, keeping active quadriceps. Inhale, lengthen the spine, lifting the gaze. We're coming into that revolved triangle. So decide where you'd like to bring the right hand. Inside, outside of the foot. If you want to bring it onto a block on either of those places, please feel free. Maybe bringing the hand onto the foot, helping it to ground down. Left hand onto the sacrum. Take an inhale to lengthen spine long, reach crown of the head forward. As you exhale, twist at the belly towards the left. And then lifting left arm towards the sky. Go ahead and release the left hand down. We're going to come into a malasana squat. So bring the right foot up to the edge of your mat, and then the left foot to the left edge of your mat. Toes are pointed slightly out, heels are slightly in. Begin to lower the hips down towards the earth. And you want to be reaching the tailbone down and the sternum up. Palms touch at heart center. If the heels are super lifted, you can bring a blanket or a towel or a cushion underneath the heels, pressing the elbows in towards the insides of the thighs as you lift the heart up towards the sky. And from here, we're going to take a different variation of malasana. So you can bring the hands down to balance you and bring the feet together to touch. The feet together, you're going to squat down low and open the knees wide. So you've got the feet together and the knees open wide. And from here, you're going to reach the heels towards the earth and the hips back in space as you drop the torso in between the legs, reaching the arms forward, dropping the head down. Now from this malasana, we will come into a crow pose, bakasana. So feel free to stop at any one of these steps along the way and get comfortable and build a bit of strength so you don't have to lift the feet off the earth. So stay as low as you can, so the torso is going to stay in between the legs as much as possible. Bring the hands towards the body. The palms go flat on the earth. So you want to be snuggled in between the legs as much as possible. Keep the gaze lifted forward. Come onto tippy toes. Begin to squeeze the legs into the arms as much as possible. So similar to when we were on our backs and we found that squeezing the navel towards spine turned on the inner thighs, we're going to do the same thing here. So the inner thighs squeeze in, press the navel towards the spine as you lift. Shift the weight forward. Maybe one set of toes comes up. Maybe the other set of toes comes up. Keep squeezing towards the midline. And if it's in your practice, you can shoot the legs back, chaturanga. If not, you can step them back and we'll say you did. Make your way through your heart opener and then downward facing dog. Go ahead and bring the knees to the earth, seat to feet, forehead to the mat. Take a child's pose. Lift back up. We're going to come back into that malasana and play with that crow pose one more time. So you can just walk the feet in, feet together, squat down low, knees open wide. Bring the torso low between the legs. So almost like you're hunting your prey and you're crouching down low. Now from here, you want to stay between the legs as much as you can as you bring the hands back towards you. Elbows are pulling into the midline, so you don't want them to splay out to the sides. You want them pulling back towards the body. Palms come flat. Lift the gaze. If you look down, you will go down. Lift the toes up high. Squeeze the thighs in. Allow that to start turning on the belly. And imagine the strap is behind the back. You want to press the low back into the strap, lifting high. Lift higher onto the toes, shifting the weight forward. Maybe the feet lift. And then maybe you shoot it back. Maybe you step it back. Maybe you collapse into a child's pose. All are totally okay. From here, come into a plank, and then lower yourself to the earth. And we're coming into a Sphinx pose. So the forearms come onto the earth. The elbows right underneath the shoulders, and then the wrists are right in line with the elbows. Press down into the tops of the feet. Pull the shoulder blades back and down. And then imagine you're trying to pull the chest through the gates of the arms, forward and up. And then go ahead and release. Stack one hand on top of the other, forehead onto the hands. And from here, we're coming into Shalabhasana locust pose. So bring the feet together to touch, arms by the sides of the body, palms turned to face down. And you're going to reach the feet towards the back of your space so much that the feet and legs lift off the earth. And then you'll reach the shoulder blades back towards each other so much that the chest lifts off the earth. And looking to reach in opposite directions as much as possible, finding length here in the spine. Taking one more inhale. And exhale, release. Bringing one hand on top of the other, forehead onto the hands, shifting the hips side to side gently as you let that go. And from here, we'll come into a bow pose. So begin to bend the knees. Try to hug the legs towards the midline as much as possible, so don't let the knees splay out towards the side. Reach back for the feet or the ankles. And on an inhale, you're going to press the feet into the hands as you lift, and then maybe lifting the thighs off of the earth as well. Notice that the knees are going to want to open out wide. Hug them towards the midline, imagining a block in between the thighs. And then release. Bringing the palms back onto the earth, one on top of the other, forehead onto the hands, shifting hips side to side gently as you let that go. And then from here, you can go ahead and flop over onto your back. Coming into a supine twist. So hugging the knees in towards the chest, crossing the right leg over the left, and then dropping both legs over to the left side, keeping the right shoulder down on the earth, bringing the gaze over the right shoulder. And lifting back up to center, switching the cross of the legs, bringing left over right, and then dropping both knees over towards the right, keeping left shoulder on the earth, bringing gaze over the left shoulder. Lifting back to center, coming into a happy baby, lifting the feet up towards the sky, taking hold of inside or outside edges of the feet and pulling them down towards the earth, finding a gentle rock side to side. And then hugging the knees in towards the chest. Giving them one last squeeze here before coming into Savasana. And if there are any final movements that your body is craving before Savasana, feel free to take whatever that is. You can hit pause, take whatever your body needs. Otherwise, come with me into Savasana, legs long, feet as wide as your mat, arms next to the body. And for this Savasana, let's go ahead and bring the hands onto the solar plexus area, right the middle of the belly, to the manipura chakra. And as you lay here in your Savasana, you can envision a warm yellow glow right at this area. The glow of your manipura chakra shining bright. The glow of your inner flame, your inner power, your seat of transformation. Now that you have fanned this flame, what will you do with it? If you have more time to stay in your Savasana, please stay. Otherwise, start to bring gentle movement into fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Extend the arms long overhead and take a nice long stretch. Bringing feet flat onto the mat, roll onto the side of your choice. And using the top hand to help press you up, make your way into a comfortable seat. Bringing the palms to touch at heart center. Sealing practice with one round of the Manipura Chakra Bija Mantra, Ram. Ram, 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 ram. Thank you so much for joining me here on the mat today for this Manipura Chakra practice. Namaste.